And we're live. So hello everybody, and thanks for joining us for episode number 7 tonight. As usual, I am still Grizz, and he's still Predator, so...
Just more formal Predator, I guess.
Yeah, you're a lot less shaggy. Now we can't give you, like, dreads to match the name.
Oh, yeah, well, I think Sarah would murder me if we went that far.
Yeah, she might not like that too much.
Oh God, no. She likes the long hair, but not that long. Hey, it's one of our faves. Hi, Heather. Hey, Mom.
So, I don't think we've got too much of a scheduled agenda, as per usual.
Yeah, as per usual, not a big scheduled agenda. First things first, we have a new host joining us shortly, soon.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, unfortunately. Our new host, or our co-host, I should say, is going to be none other than SAS Alberta's Jeffrey Derflinger, aka SAS Spartan. And he is actually, at this current moment, at this current time, he is packing his go bag. He is expecting baby number 2 any day now, and so he is in the final preparations with his wife, or his fiance, to get everything ready. So we're very excited for them. And yes, oh my God, yay is right.
That's a good way to put it. So
Jeff and his fiance, I'm just going to call Justine his wife. Come on, they've been together long enough. Jeff and his wifey-to-be are amazing people, and they're great parents. I'm very honored to have been able to say that, he's had my 6 in all the games that I've played with him, and now I've got 2 amazing players who have my 6 every time we're out there. I've got Spartan and Grizz, and hopefully I have their 6 as well as they've got mine. I don't know yet. If I do anything wrong, just shoot me, guys.
Gladly. I mean, I would never. I've had the privilege of being on the field with Spartan a number of times, and you don't get in that man's way.
He's like a tank. You don't stop him.
Yeah, once he starts running, just try to keep up.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, and he's got a big role to play this year in shooting for a cause as well. I'm not too sure if the beans have been spilled how big a role yet.
You're in trouble with Heather.
Mom, you always have a place in my heart. I'm really gonna miss you this year. I'm really gonna miss you this year.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same this year without Mom in general.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're gonna have to go up to Young Guns anyway some point this year when they're there and steal some hugs. See if I can't steal Heather so that I've got my own little munchkin.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much General would appreciate that.
No, I think he'd run after me yelling, and I'd probably just freeze and die of scaredness. It's the beard, man. It's that beard.
Yeah. Have flashbacks to a past life experience where you were pillaged by Vikings.
What do you mean? I was the Vikings doing the pillaging. Come on.
You do not have the epic beard of Grant, so no.
Of course, not at this point. I don't have the epic beard of Grant, but I did have all this grown in grade 8. Grade 8. I was 14 when I had full beard going on, so it was awesome.
Yeah. Just the mental image of you with facial hair is... I've seen you wearing that toque thing, and no.
Yeah, but that doesn't do it justice. My mom's beardo does not do it justice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out to Juneau, Heather, but we'll try maybe for next year.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to put that one back on the
year
after.
Agenda. Or the year after, since we've got far too much going on this year. And huge thing for next year planning already.
Yes.
Hence the trip to Edmonton.
Yes.
Oh my God. We're crazy. Speaking of things that we've had planning, last Sunday was Well, it was supposed to be a big game.
Yeah.
It was a big game if you were a mouse. There were 4 players that showed up.
3 that actually played.
Yeah, 3 that played. Yeah. I played 1 round.
You did. I did
with
not.
With Rick's speedball gun. No,
Teresa
you kind
did
of
not want to cooperate.
You kind of pulled the trigger, and I heard pop, pop.
I wish it went pop. I go, it was, yeah. So, lesson. There was a lesson learned.
I should hope there was a lesson learned.
Yes. Always make sure that you clean your marker before you put it away for the winter. And always make sure that you double check it when you take it out for that first game. I did neither. Normally I get into the habit of I clean it before I put it away for the season, and then I go over it before I take it back out again. And thinking that I had already done the first, I didn't do the second, and play. So
that's also what you get for using a Tipman. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Hey, my Tipman has gotten through a lot. And
yeah,
really,
I was amazed.
The number of parts that I've swapped out on that thing, I'm not even sure it's really Tipman anymore.
It's not. It's Frankenstein. It's a Frankenstein marker. Yeah. It was just like my my spider when I was done with that MRX. Sorry, that was not a standard. That was not a standard spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Heather's right. And Heather did. She said that she wants to head down to the States for Super Game. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be greatly entertaining, I think. So
I would love to see a Western Canada group go down to D-Day for Oklahoma D-Day. That would be insane. That is on my bucket list. As soon as I discovered that game, I'm like, that is going at the top of my list.
Oh yeah. So
followed closely by Juno. How can you not go to Western Canada's largest event? Like, come on.
Yeah. I hype it every time we bring it up, which I think thus far has been at least once per show. I said at least once. But,
at least 2 times.
yeah. But no, Juno is a blast, and being on the field with that many players at one time is a mind-blowing experience for any paintballer. So
we're definitely getting there with Shooting for a Cause. I would love to see us take that next step further forward. And I think Rick is actually watching at this point in time. So hi, Rick. And I would love, well, this year especially, we do have a special guest coming all the way from the Maritimes here in Canada, which I am so very excited for. And Serena's right, it does have special meaning to you guys for Juno.
It does.
And it always will.
So.
I have a feling that we're going to be taking the next step further when it comes to Shooting for a Cause. That will become one of the big go-to events for Western Canada, and hopefully for in the future for Canada, period. I know out east they do have lots of big games.
Yeah.
There's a huge presence of players out there. How can there not be when 2/3 of Canada's population lives in Ontario and Quebec? There you go.
It makes it easier. So, which, by the way, just because I'm going to throw it out there because I love this idea. If you watch Maritime Milsim and their podcast, Brad's a great guy.
Absolutely.
He's putting together his own game out there. I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden. But, yeah, anybody that can make it out there... Oh, probably. But he'd have to get out here to shoot me first, which I'm okay with.
I don't think that's going to be too hard. He's probably just going to give Reaper, or Jester, sorry, he's going to give Jester a first strike round that has a little smiley face with the winky eyes, and it's going to say, to Grizz, love.
He must have very small printing if he's putting all of that onto a first strike. But anyway,
I guarantee he'd be able to do it.
Well, see, but I'm plugging his show right now, so
true.
Go over to his page, tell him that the Western Canada guys say hi, and
tell him his sister station says hi. Since we are technically family,
more or less. So,
yeah.
Which brings up our Tier 1 support, which, again, thanks to those guys, always greatly appreciated. So.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks to Adam and Steve.
Yes.
Both great guys. Hey, Chris, welcome. Glad you could join us. When it comes... Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to Tier 1, just so everyone gets an idea, if you haven't dealt with Tier 1 or MaxTact, or their other various forums that they've been in the last 5 years, I believe it is, I was having issues with my mags, and I just randomly messaged up Steve or Adam, and I'm like, hey, so what's going on with this? Why isn't this working? And he's like, send me a picture. I sent him a picture. He told me exactly what was going on, and I got it figured out. Great guys, awesome guys to talk to. I've had both of them on my Facebook page for probably about 7 years, and they are just incredibly cool guys. So even if you don't have a MaxTact marker, or you don't purchase anything through them, go and check out their page. It is still in the building phase, if I remember correctly. It was last time I was there.
Yeah,
but
I was
these
looking
guys,
at it recently.
yeah, and
my marker stopped working, and I was debating a new one.
Well, I still think you should get a MaxTact anyway. But I'm kind of biased. I kind of love my marker, so big shout out to my wife and family for buying that for me for last birthday. Yay! But they're Canadian. They know what the Canadian players want. They listen to the Canadian players, and their markers aren't some cheap thing that is mass-produced. Like, they don't sell 5,000 or 6,000 of them a year. They sell maybe 20 or 30 of each kind per year. So these markers, I believe they are hand-tuned. I don't want to say handmade, they're hand-tuned. They're unstoppable. So there's my plug to two of the best guys I know out east. I don't know of any others out there, so everyone I do know personally, they're awesome. So yeah, check out everyone's pages.
And my wife is posting that I have a birthday coming up. But shush, we're not talking about my birthday. That is not this month.
Why not?
Because, no. No.
What's the matter? You turning the big 4-0 or what?
No. Screw you, hippie.
Hey, I just recently turned 3-0, so...
I'm not that much older than you.
I know. I just like bugging you about it. Serena will have my back on this.
Yeah. So.
Hey, who knows? Sky's the limit when it comes to your birthday party. You will be running a gauntlet, though, so...
Yeah, you gotta know when my birthday is first for that. I ain't telling nobody.
Hey, Serena, can you tell me when his birthday is, please?
I can delete comments. It's all good.
She'll text it to me.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing that noise. Have you seen me? I don't run, remember?
Yeah, well, you weren't there for a bachelor party, so come on. That was a nightmare.
It's okay, Rick. I got my phenom working, and she sounds meaner than she has in a very long time. So
after you discovered that you had ancient junk, I'm not going to use the C word.
There was a lot of old grease and old paint, and if you're interested, head on over to my Grizz PB Facebook page. Not right now. We'll finish listening to the podcast, please. Feel free to head over there, take a look at the pictures if you'd like.
I almost dropped my phone from shock. I've never had a marker get that dirty before.
Yeah, I have a feeling I over-greased it, and then, like I said, old paint, and it dried, and everything just thickened right up. So
Rick has it spot on. He always sees you having issues.
It's only the first game out of the season. Last time it was at his birthday, and that one wasn't my fault. That was the part. And it was leaking air horribly, and, thankfully I went to where I bought it from and gave them a phone call ahead of time, and they just replaced the part for me straight up. So,
hey, if it's not the 468s having issues, it's the Titmans having issues. If it's not the Titmans having issues, it's the Milsigs or the First Strikes. Like,
well, And really, it comes down to no matter what your marker is, if you don't take care of it, it's going to have issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I love my marker.
Regular maintenance, yes. So.
Yes. I think my gun has actually been cleaned 9 times so far this winter. I've just been that bored.
Yeah. So, hey, speak of the devil, Jeff just joined us.
Did he really?
Yes. Hello, Mr. Spartan. You're supposed to be on here chatting with us.
Hello, Spartan. Say hi to the people, will you? They are eagerly waiting news from you.
So.
Oh my gosh. So this is what it feels like to have energy after 24 hours. For those of you who don't know, yesterday I partook in a fireman's challenge. A friend of mine up in Edmonton is a fire chief at at one of the fire halls, well, 3 of the fire halls, and he basically said, "Hey, I challenge you to a fireman challenge: 70 push-ups, 70 sit-ups, 70 jumping jacks, 2-kilometer run." And a 200-pound farmer's lift and 100-yard carry. I did that in less. I did all that last night after work from 6:30. From 6:30 until 7:28 and 42 seconds. I completed it in less than 59 minutes, and I had an hour and a half to do so, and I am so freaking sore. Working in the lumberyard sucked today, especially since I was put on the truck. I had to do deliveries, so my arms are like, nope, and my brain says, please do, and they say, nope, and I'm like, oh crap. Kind of like running a double gauntlet. Yeah, that's how it felt. And what are we having to do for just a minute?
I have no idea.
Stop trashing the 468?
That's not me typing that, so that tells me that is currently Mr. Spartan on there chatting. So,
Spartan, you're not allowed to stop us from trashing the 468. You always have issues with that thing.
Serena says you have noodle arms, by the way.
Right now they do. Yeah, absolutely.
So, yes,
thank you, Spartan.
That is most definitely Spartan there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did notice that a friend of ours, Miss Caitlin, is watching. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome to your second attempt at watching a podcast. Rookie. Yeah. That's what I have her in my phone as, is Rookie. She's going to have to come out to a game, and we're going to have to find a call sign for her, and then it will no longer be Rookie.
We just got to get her out there with a marker in her hand.
That would be amusing, because I think she's the kind of person, you shoot her, you're going to die.
That is possible, so.
And Grant, you have until the next time I see you, which is probably a couple months, to learn how to do 70 sit-ups, and then we're going to do a challenge. I challenge you, sir.
Caitlin says, shut up, noodle arms.
Hey, at least that's a better nickname than the one earlier in the season.
What, 10-sec?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just
as long as we're keeping... as long as we're keeping the fans happy and laughing, it's all good.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. Apparently Grant says nope.
I'll buy you a case of beer. Let's see if that works. He'll probably still say nope.
That might depend on the beer.
Grumpy Bear.
I'm good with that.
Of course you're good with that. That's our favorite.
It really is.
But still, when it works, I get results. Good luck to you there, Spartan.
Yes,
and,
good luck, and, 10 fingers, 10 toes, away we go.
Absolutely. And I know he's going to be a beautiful baby, just like Declan was and is.
So he's going
can't wait to meet
his mom?
Most likely, yeah. Looks after mom, attitude after dad, so there you go. Perfect kid, I guess.
Ah.
Oh, yes! I can tell Sarah I have a challenge. I need to grow the beard first.
So
Maybe
the
she'll let me
challenge is
grow the
really how long does your wife let you live?
Exactly. I mean, to get a beard as long as it might take me about a year. No, I'd be dead long before that. So, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Talk to my wife. She can set you up with a prosthetic beard.
Or my mom just needs to finish with my next beardo. It's the Viking hat one with horns, and the beard goes down to like my belly button area.
Rick says the beard hat don't count.
Well, shut up, Rick. Stupid redneck. I'd like to see you grow a beard.
So, speaking of, Rick, since we got him here, and I got you here, there's this news of a paintball game in April on the 22nd. Which, I'm the guy planning that.
I know you are.
Yes.
And I'm one of the commanders,
You are.
and Rick's the other commander, and guess what? I have both. I'm excited about this because it took me so long.
It really
I know. I had to ask the right SAS people. I have both of my sub-commanders, or seconds.
Yes.
So I have Briar, a.k.a. SAS Lockdown, and Dave, SAS.
Not me.
Yeah, SAS Lambo. So Lambo and Lockdown are going to be my seconds, and I am so excited. Lambo said that he's definitely going to do it as long as nothing gets booked. But on that day, that's like family. Rick, I don't want to know that you're running around in a battle kilt and that's everything else. So, besides, I've got the BFG.
So, special surprise for Dan.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Like I said, I don't want to know that he's running around with a battle kilt on and that's it. It'll make the BFG a lot more fun.
So.
Yeah, that's right. I have Mark's BFG. That's going to be fun. What'd you get, a new marker? Yeah, he got himself a new marker. Oh, I bet he got an LV 1.1. Wouldn't put it past him.
Serena says it's a unicorn with a special horn.
Oh, you're a paintballer when your mind goes weird.
There are horses out at the field.
I know. There's 4.
Yeah. I'm really not sure I want to see Rick riding into battle atop a steed while wearing a kilt.
They can take our lives, but they can never take our freedom!
Oh, this is going to be a weird night. This is what happens when we started earlier.
I know, I'm sorry, everyone. 2 special unicorns. 2 special unicorns. Oh.
Oh, it's going to be a weird night.
Absolutely. After this, I've got to clean the house.
Yay!
Yeah, well, I'm going to Edmonton on the weekend, so got to get it clean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hooray! Yep.
So.
Scott style. Just make sure you dye your blonde hair red there, Rick. We'll be okay.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Hey, I was talking about this hair.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's wearing it proper, so. I'm just saying.
God.
Okay, before I did paintball, as much as I do now, I did medieval club stuff, and a very large friend of mine wears a kilt on a regular, and this gentleman is maybe a half inch shorter than I am, has the long flowing hair, the epic beard that would rival Grant's, and wears his kilt and makes sure everybody knows, not by showing them, mind you, but he wears it proper. Yeah, I take his word for it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh,
So,
I've not actually been able to find the material to make a proper Scottish tartan for the Harkis clan. And that is probably a good thing.
I don't ever want to see you running around and catch a breeze either. Love you like a brother, but there are some mysteries just best left unsolved.
No problem there. I don't think I've got um, the stones, I guess you could say, to wear a kilt and play paintball. No thanks. I'm not Reaper. That gentleman is unique, that's for sure. Speaking of Reaper, this is an interesting segue. I don't know how many of you guys have seen online that father who had been shot at close range with a paintball gun down in the States. Reaper reached out to the gentleman and his family, and through the community, he helped raise some funds to help pay for the medical costs.
Cool.
Now, that's awesome. I give Reaper absolute kudos on that. The one thing I have an issue with is everyone who thinks it's cool to shoot people with a freaking paintball gun when you're not on the damn field.
Yeah, no.
There's a reason why senators and members of parliament are wanting to pass laws stating that any air-propelled rifle or gun you need a license for.
Yeah.
So guess what, people here in Canada? Because we don't need a license for it, and those down in the States, paintball is growing as it is. In Australia, where you do need a license, they have 3 leagues. That's it. And they're a country as big as Canada, population-wise. MagFed does not really exist out there. Speedball, they've got a couple of teams. I've been talking to the Brisbane team lately, and they've got a couple of boys from Edmonton, actually, who used to play with Zane from Edmonton Impact. They're slowly seeing the sport expand as laws are relaxed.
Which takes a lot.
Exactly. If you have a lot of people or a lot of friends who are like, oh, I should grab a paintball gun, and you see them walking around with it out in the country, like out and about in town. The most recent one, I believe, was a young woman was shot in the face because at a McDonald's because the debit machine wasn't working. I'm sorry, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, the guy got angry and decided to use a paintball gun to shoot somebody working at McDonald's in the face.
Yeah, there's something seriously disturbing about that. Like, come on, guys, give your frickin' head a shake.
I've eaten at McDonald's. I've been angry. Sometimes the two are related because they mess up my order.
Exactly. It happens.
I have never debated on shooting somebody in the face.
And it's a huge no-no.
Yeah.
It's a huge no-no. Like, come on. Something like that should never be done because, honestly, it is assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
When we're on the field, we wear masks. We wear protection. We know what we're getting into. When someone is just standing around and gets a drive-by shot to the face, there's something very wrong with that.
There are far too many of those videos if you look them up on YouTube. Please don't look them up on YouTube because, yeah, that just gets people wanting to make more of them.
Exactly. We are the ones fueling this because we're like, oh, hey, this happened, and we give it so much attention. And I think it's Viper down in the States, Carrie, I think that's his call sign. He's basically saying, quit giving these idiots their 5 minutes of fame. That's what they're after.
Yeah.
Quit doing it.
I have seen far too many videos of people being stupid with paintball guns, and they're just looking for attention, which, why would we give it to them? It makes our sport look bad. Because random Joe Blow, whose kid wants to get into this, looks up paintball. That's the stuff that comes up, and says, no, you're never playing this. You know, it makes us all look bad. So, when you see that,
So I have.
ignore it.
Oh, it drives me nuts. It really does.
Are we done
So,
ranting?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, thanks, Rick. It is Kerry Rosenberg. I believe his call sign is Viper. He used to do the Viper games, I think. Here's a question for everyone who knows about JT and about pistols and stuff like that. I was at Canadian Tire the other day, and I saw something from JT that I think looks pretty decent for a simple, something you could make pretty badass. It's a JT ER2 pistol. It shoots your standard 6.8 round, and it looks like it's pump.
Interesting.
It's an ER2 pump pistol, and it's currently retailing at Canadian Tire for $89.99. It comes with some tubes and some CO2 cartridges. As someone who is seeing a lot of guys looking for pumps and for pistols just to do little projects, what are your guys' thought on buying something like that? I know JT doesn't have, the greatest name in the industry, but at the same time, anymore. They used to be one of the bigger companies years and years and years ago. I'm just curious what all of you guys would think about using something with a pump pistol. I kid you not. It is pretty unique looking, and it's a clear shell. That's the most weird part about it. So
that sounds like a lot of the JT stuff now. Is it's typically the clear body so that you can tell that it's not an actual firearm.
Yeah.
So, my own 2 cents would be if you're trying to get into the custom stuff, the homemade custom kit. It's a great starting point from the sounds of it.
Yeah, the rating on it is atrocious, to be absolutely honest. 2 stars, 4 reviews, a 4, a 2, a 1, 2. Now, obviously, something like this is not designed for the hardcore player that plays every weekend and who's looking for a good sidearm. This is something that would be, make it your own. Do something fun with it.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that paintball guns have been taken out of Walmart here in Canada, but Canadian Tire still sells paintball guns now. I think they sell them at a huge markup. Why would someone want to pay $300 for a 98 when you can go, an extra 20 or 30 bucks and get a higher end 98, not 98, but higher end Pittman? But I think it is kind of like the old school PGP. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I think Weekend Warriors has one sitting up on their wall of fame somewhere amidst all the piranhas and such. But I just thought it was a very interesting looking option.
Okay, I think I just found the photo you're referencing here.
And Rick is saying they sell used 98s for $50. So if you want a marker that you can fiddle around with and make your own, get a used 98. Go ahead. They're great guns.
Starter.
They really are.
Tippmanns, for as much as you were bashing them at the beginning of the show, your Tippmanns are pretty. They can take a beating.
They can.
And, they're definitely. I wouldn't classify them for the most part as a high-end marker by any stretch, but they're reliable when you need them.
They are a workhorse. That is why they are one of the best-selling paintball brands in the world.
And that's why I like my Phenom.
Yes, but we won't get into the politics of it because that is something that I don't like.
I'm not getting into the company back-end stuff. No.
I will say that we have seen, or I have heard that quality has suffered a little bit in the last little while. I don't know if that has anything to do with what happened with buyouts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but that is something that we don't need to get into. That is something that can stay where it is.
Everybody has their own opinion, and they're welcome to it. So
Exactly. My head's
just make
cold.
sure you keep your markers clean. Have I
Absolutely.
mentioned that enough yet tonight?
Don't pull a grizz.
No.
I'm going to use that from now on. I'm going to be on the field and someone's going to be like, my marker's not working. I'm like, oh, you pulled a grizz.
That's okay. Next time somebody gets hurt and tries walking back out on the field, I'll call them a 10-sec.
I know no one who, no one's going to live that down.
No,
Oh, well,
not anytime
whatever.
soon.
No, that's okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something even stupider this year.
Still plenty of opportunities. So
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. There's way too many opportunities.
yeah, let's see what you can do when you're, running a whole side of a game. You're not allowed to get injured in that game, by the way. Just no.
I tried that last time I was at one of Rick's events. This is the general. He is going to be in a tower, and the only way you can kill him is if you give him headshots.
Yeah, sorry about that. I honestly felt very bad. You still won, though, Rick.
Rick destroyed them.
He
Come
did.
on.
So, really, I was doing the other team a favor and evening the odds just a little.
Oh my god, it was so. Oh, that one shot Rick got was just beautiful. The wind took it and headshot right
Yeah.
between the eyes.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
So. But hey, that's, it's the goof ups where good stories come from. Whether you come out as the
Exactly.
hero or the villain, that's the other side of this. Of things. So.
Exactly. I do have to say, I kind of wish she was watching, but I do really feel bad about Allison having to trudge through all the snow and me apparently forging a path like a drunk. Oops.
Yeah. Didn't she start calling you Sidewinder after that?
Yeah, it was called Sidewinder after that. She's like, it's a frickin' desert Sidewinder. You don't know where you're going. Nope.
Yeah. There was no straight lines.
No.
And then,
Is the gate over there or is the gate over there? No, Daniel, it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and then we were also focused on cutting that path for Allison that none of us noticed when she fell down in the snow and couldn't get up because she was trying to protect her camera.
And apparently called to us, and none of us heard her.
Yeah.
Oops.
I feel a little bit like a schmuck for that.
Yeah, I feel bad. She
Yeah.
kind of smacked me.
Oh, good.
I saw your epic bail. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Rick was going, ooh, I think I know where he is. And he starts going down a hill, and he's stutter.
Yeah. Well, and
Back
to hear Rick tell it, he slid, trying to look cool, and then face planted. He came right back up real quick, though.
He's just down for a couple seconds. I think he hurt his pride. He was making sure he did not do a core sample of snow.
This is good, too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you need to start bringing your wife more.
Exactly. Teresa seems to prefer
She's your
when
good
my
term.
wife is there.
She's your good luck charm.
I ain't gonna argue. I ain't stupid.
Unless we're on the opposite end of a dam with a backpack.
That should never be a thing.
Let's go with a fully automatic electronic marker with a backpack that holds 2,000 rounds and
No.
2 air tanks.
Yeah.
6500s. Yeah, no thank you.
I think that's the closest you can actually get to a paintball flamethrower.
That's the closest thing you get to a paintball.
Yeah.
All you kind of hear is. You're just like, oh no!
And it doesn't stop.
No. I think the longest burst I heard at that event was like 2 minutes, and he basically just stood up and goes. I'm like, oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh yeah, yeah, that hurt. He does make a good juggernaut, though. I will give him that.
Yeah.
Well, he was one of the juggernauts last year.
Right. I remember that now.
Yes. Hopefully, we don't have a tank to deal with the shooting for guns. Now, Dave, getting back to your event.
Yes.
Are you going to be giving us any tidbits on what the games are looking like? Please?
As for right now, I've got a hostage rescue sort of thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to give too much because I want people to come out and see what the heck I'm talking about. Rick, you're good. It's not reposting all your stuff on our end.
I'm not seeing it on my phone either.
Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be a hostage rescue. There's going to be an attack and defend. And I've got just a general shootout. I want people to just light each other up. I also plan to have some side missions mixed in with all of this.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most, because the side mission thing it's not really used in events that we have out here, so I'm really excited to see how this works.
Yes. And Rick says the tank is coming back.
That's okay. I'll get some homemade claymores, and we'll put the tank out of commission.
Oh yes, Rick. Can we have rules where we can disable that tank?
Please, because that was just brutal.
Even if it's only for it's disabled for that run, I think that could be cool. Please consider.
I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that, because that'll give it more depth.
Yeah, it's a little less of the "here comes the tank, everybody hide."
Well, that's the same thing with the freaking juggernauts. Like, here's the juggernauts. You're screwed. You can't kill them. You can't disable them. Like, it's
nuts. No, but anyway, Rick, that one's your game. I'm not telling you how to run it. I love playing that game.
Ooh, he says he'll work that in.
I love you, Rick.
Thank you.
But yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying. There will be side missions, and I have a twist that I cannot tell anybody about. The only people... Hear me out. The only people that will find out about this twist are the generals on game day.
Ooh.
And possibly a couple of other people, otherwise it's just not going to work. So... stay tuned for that one, and I will be trying to post more information onto the event page, which
Tactical
is
Supremacy Games.
Exactly. So come find us over on TSG. We do have the link for that on the Western Canada page. I put that up after the last show. So yeah, please come check that out if you're interested. I haven't even told my wife.
I was going to say, you're keeping secrets from your wife? That's never a good thing.
Only paintball ones.
Well, if she's your good luck charm, why the hell would you keep a secret from her?
Well, maybe I'll tell her after the show, after the cameras are off.
So, Serena, that means you're texting me after, right?
So Rick's asking for field layouts. I'm waiting until I can see some more numbers. So if you're watching this and you're interested in coming to the game, please click on the "I am going to be there."
And feel free to state who you want to play for.
Yeah.
If you're interested, if you have a big group, that entire group is going to be on that one team, but that means another group is going to the other team as well. So we are going to...
Yeah, I got to try and keep it fair. I don't want it to be, everybody in Southern Alberta versus Dan. and vice
Yeah,
versa.
please no.
I don't want it to
Please
be
no.
all of Southern Alberta versus Rick.
Oh, hey, it's okay. He's got BC guys coming.
So, yeah.
Alberta versus BC. There we go. Hey, it works. It works because Rick is in charge of the cartel. And what is BC known for? Pot! I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I see this.
I've had 3 coffees, okay.
That explains a lot.
And lots of sugar.
But yeah, so I do plan to have a whole storyline laid out for this game, which for the next little bit I'm going to be putting out more and more, just to kind of help build towards the game so that it's not just here's your scenario and go. From the bit of research that I've been doing, I've found that a lot of players do enjoy a game with a backstory, and that's what I'm looking to put out there. Backstory, side missions, twists. Anything I can do to make this an interesting game. So, please, invite your friends and come play.
I really hope it goes down better than Winters.
Well, as long as I get the generals and their seconds, then, that's 6 players, so we're good.
Yeah, then you're already kicking my butt. But then I'll kick your butt anyway with the 4v4 event.
Yeah, but we're doing that one together, so...
Yeah, I know. It is still my baby, though.
It is. So, I'm just helping to raise it. Things just got weird.
Very. Oh, boy.
But yeah, so that's kind of where my game is sitting at right now. So that's Operation Shadow Strike.
And before that, Rick has his birthday event.
Yes, I'm looking
which
forward
is,
to that one, now that my
I don't know if that's completely invite only, but I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of us out there, and we are definitely looking forward to it. And yes, Serena, you will not break your ankle in the 4v4 this time.
Please no.
Well, if we go no ammo caps in the 4v4, then any speedball team is going to decimate and destroy MagFed/pump teams. So I want to make it fair, Rick. Everyone has to have the same chance to win.
Yeah.
I'm not letting one speedball player take a case and a half of paint and pods.
Can anyone join? Rick, which game you talking about? 4v4 or Shadow Strike? Oh, anyone can join. I thought it...
Yeah, anyone can join.
Dyslexic tonight. I thought it said, can anyone join? You've had 3 coffees. I've had none, so...
Me.
And yes, graduation on crutches was less than ideal. So
I still feel bad about that, so sorry.
Yeah, well, she said she's gonna, give you heck about that any chance she gets now, so...
I know. I know. It's okay.
Yeah. It's all in fun.
Absolutely.
So.
Besides, it wouldn't be Banshee if I didn't get some hell from her anyway.
Yeah. Gotta live up to the name somehow.
No, I still think a Raptor suits her better, but...
Yes, you
I'm
haven't
special.
heard as many of those hiccups as I have.
I know.
So. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to bring up the other new item that we've got going on.
And what item is that, sir?
That would be our Patreon page.
Yes.
So for anybody that doesn't know, we have opened up a Patreon page, which is, again, attached to our Western Canada Paintball Alliance Facebook page. You can follow the links there. If you're enjoying watching the show, and I see we've still got 4 people watching, so thank you.
Jesse just came on, so welcome, Jesse.
But yeah, so we are, trying to help make what we've got here that much better. Any money that does come in through that is going to go towards things like making up patches, getting
stickers,
possibly T-shirts, um, you know, merchandise, stuff for you guys.
and allowing us to actually get out to events.
Exactly.
We've had people say, "Hey, you need to come here." We're kind of going, "Great."
I'd love to, but that costs money.
I'd love to, but that's a 18-hour drive on our own dime for gas, hotel on our own dime. We don't want to make money from this. We want to spread the word and encompass Western Canada paintball. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I can't just randomly take 4 days off of work and not make any money to go out to an event. Dave can't either. No. So, I mean, that's what the page is for. It's to allow us to do what we want to do for you guys.
Yeah. This isn't about us taking home a paycheck at the end of the day. It's taking, what you guys are willing to give us, putting it back into the podcast so that we can give you guys more. We understand that one show per month, it's a little hard to get behind.
We're looking at 2.
At least, and depending on how things go, we'll grow it from there. The one show per month was the goal we set so that we were consistent, so that we could provide, all of you guys something where you knew, okay, it's the first Friday of the month, the Western Canada guys are on. We're doing our best. This month, stuff came up. We just weren't able to do it on Friday, so we're doing it a day early,
And an hour earlier, because we could.
Yeah, so, we're trying to find what works best. Any suggestions you guys have are also greatly appreciated. But yeah, if you're interested, please, at least check out the Patreon page. Take a look. If you guys are saying, hey, those amounts are ridiculous, let us know. We can adjust.
I think we have $1, $7, and $15.
That's correct.
$15 a month is like skipping 6 coffees from McDonald's for a month. Not trying to say, hey, you guys are being cheapskates. No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm just trying to say like the amounts that we picked. We know paintball players prefer to spend their money on paintball, so on the sport.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on the beard hat. That involves me going downstairs, Rick. I don't want to go downstairs.
But maybe he'll check out the Patreon page if you do it.
Oh, and yes, Jesse, most of us who are watching, Dave, myself, and our co-host when he gets on, finally, Jeff, we all play MegFed.
Yep.
Where the heck was I going with all of this?
To get a beer
no.
Oh.
Maybe. We know paintball players prefer spending money on events, on paint, on gear for themselves. That's why we set the amounts at such a low level. Jesse, I use a Max Tech TGR2 X2 Commando. Dave runs a
very modified Tippmann Phenom X7.
And Jeff runs... He's got 8. I think he's got a Mini. Or is that an Axe? I don't know. He's got several. But my very first MegFed marker was a Spider MRX. And that was a lovely gun. I actually really enjoyed that. So, Rick, if you are going to check out the Patreon page, let me know, and I will go and get the Beardo. It's just at the bottom of the stairs. I was wearing it all the weekend, though. You know what I look like in it. Of course I play Commando. It's the best way to go.
Oh, now we're heading back to the kilt conversation.
Jesse, my personal experience with the TMC, I know there's a lot of guys out there who love it. There's a lot of guys out there who say that it has error issues. Personally, pick one up, try it out, see how you like the feel of it. It's definitely a different platform. 3 different ways to air it up, if I remember correctly, which makes it, yes, you can run the CO2 cartridge, You can run air straight to the attachment, or you can run a whip. The TMC, it's definitely a very versatile marker for sure from what I've seen. I would love to actually fire one. Honestly, I would. I'd love to be able to just fiddle around with one.
Here.
A TMC?
I might.
That'd be interesting.
I think that's what I got for Serena. I could be horribly wrong. I don't remember. That was last year.
Roman loves your beer making kit in the background.
Yeah, that was a Christmas present from the wife. I have plans to get around to that, but we've been busy and I just haven't been able to, so.
Rick has a good point. The newer model TMC is an aluminum body, not like the first gens, which were polycarb. So there you go. Stronger and better.
Or a different marker.
Most likely. You've probably got a Chronos.
There we go.
Yeah, you have a Chronos.
Yeah. They look fairly similar.
No.
Okay.
No, not even close.
I'm tired. All right. Again, haven't had coffee.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Once we're done show, I'm going for coffee.
And yes, Roman, he is prepping for this upcoming season. We actually have some ideas for some beers, but we're going to leave that in the wings for now. Yeah. Just because Dave has to try it first.
Let's wait till I can make something that people can stomach before we start going too far out of the way here.
Hey, if a Canadian can drink American beer, we can stomach anything. Oh,
that's water.
I know. It's not beer. It's water.
Yeah, well,
it's colored water.
Yeah.
No wonder most Canadians drink MGD.
But
trust the gun tech. TCR was okay, but I thought they should have gone with Phenom internals instead of TPXs.
That would make more sense.
Absolutely.
You know,
some internals are phenomenal, hence the name. I guess. I don't know.
As long as they're clean. Hey, at least I'm making fun of myself here, okay?
I've made fun of myself countless times. Come on. You're not the only one who can do it.
This is very true. But we are coming up on the 1 hour mark here. So, just to recap, maintenance, keep your markers clean.
Don't pull a grizz.
Don't pull a grizz. Come check out Operation Shadow Strike. Don't shoot people in the face if you're angry. Or ever.
Don't shoot someone outside of a paintball field, period. Yeah. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. And check out the Patreon page. I think that about covers our entire show for tonight.
And Roman says, future podcast segment, support on Patreon, and see Dave drink his own homemade beer. And Serena says, don't pull a dam.
And don't pull a dam, yeah. Yeah, no 10 secs. That sounded wrong.
1, 2, 10. Okay, I can go back into the field now.
Yeah.
Heather, if you're still watching, we love you. No matter how much I piss you off.
So, but again, thanks for joining us for tonight, and
absolutely.
Hope we kept you entertained for an hour. See you out on the field, and we'll talk at you next time.
See you in a couple weeks, guys.